What's going on, everybody? We're coming back with you guys with another video, and today's video is a story time about how my roommate, well, ex-roommate, had a bad acid trip and became butt-ass naked on my living room floor. But anyways, guys, let's jump right into it. So this day happened on a Friday, I'm pretty sure. It was the second day we had just moved into this house. It was me and my good friend Damien and my roommate, well, my ex-roommate, and we're gonna call him Bill because I don't really feel like giving his real name out. But anyways, Bill was chilling at the house this particular evening, and he was just talking to us about what he wanted to do, and something popped in his mind: acid. So we're sitting there just thinking about how we're gonna go about doing this and how he wants to trip. And time goes on, and he finally decides, pull the trigger and go cop some acid. So we drive over to the local plug, and the local plug served us. I think he served him like 4 or 5 tabs, and we just head back to the house. We're chilling. The plug was probably about 30, 40 minutes away. So we finally get back to the house and we're chilling, and he's just talking to me about how he's in a trip and how bad he likes tripping, or I mean how much he likes tripping and all this shit. And we're just like, all right, fuck it, dude. You're gonna trip, pop that tab right now. So he pops the tab, he puts it in his mouth, and a few hours go on. He's finally starting to trip, and I just kind of see him and I'm looking at him. He's looking completely out of it. And then, he's having a good trip all the way up until around like 6:30, 7 o'clock. And this is when my good friend Nick comes over. And Nick comes over, and, we're just sitting there chilling. Everyone's talking, everyone's having a good time. And then, my roommate decides, he wants to do some more acid. At this time, I already think he did like 3 or 4 tabs. And now he's about to pop like probably like 3 or 4 more tabs. This nigga is just off his shit, off his rocker. Like, you don't need, fucking 6 tabs in your mouth to have a trip. Take these 2 tabs and chill the fuck out. But, he decides, do his own thing. He goes, hits up this local plug, and this plug ended up not being able to serve him. So, Nick, we're just, Nick's the man. He hooks this dude up with some fucking acid. He finally gets the acid, and it's probably around 9 o'clock at this time. And he pops the tabs, and then about 30 minutes later, Bull's tripping even harder. And this is when shit hits the fucking fan. We were sitting in my room and we're just like chilling on my bed, and he's just talking to me about how his back hurts. And Nick runs in the room and he's complaining about how his car's not turning on, how he needs jumped. And, my fucking roommate is just like, yo, bro, like, I'm having a fucking life crisis right now. My back hurts really bad, bro. And Nick's like, I'm not trying to hear that shit, bro. You're tripping balls. I just want to get my car fucking, turned on so I can get the fuck out your house. And, and then after that, he finally chills the fuck out, and then he goes downstairs. And after this, I haven't heard from him for the past 30 minutes, so I go downstairs and check on him just to make sure he's okay. And long and behold, he's in the bathroom. I knock on the door, I'm asking him, like, yo, bro, you good? You alright? He's like, nah, fam, I'm not, like, my back really fucking hurt. So, after he's talking to me about how his back hurt, and, he finally comes out the bathroom, we're not talking through the door anymore. I'm talking straight up to him, and, he's butt ass naked, he has no clothes on, no nothing, he's sitting there, and, he's talking to me like this shit's normal. And then out of nowhere, he stops for a second. He's like, bro, I swear to you, bro, I'm not gay. And, the only thing running through my mind at this point is like, why doesn't this nigga have no damn pants on, like, I'm just like, bro, you talking to me, but your dick out. I can't take you serious right now. And, he runs over to, the living room area, and, he's just starting to lay down. He has a towel over, like, his body. He finally put on a shirt, and that's it. He has a towel and, like, a shirt. Other than that, from the shirt down, that nigga is butt ass naked. And, I'm talking to him, I'm trying to help him. He's telling me, like, bro, can you get me a water? Can you just, like, help me for a second? And I'm just trying to help this nigga out the best I can. 'Cause, I feel him. This nigga is going through some fucking shit right now. This nigga's getting possessed. This nigga is not in a good, I guess, self maintenance to be by himself. If I let this nigga go by himself, he might fuck around and die off the acid. And then I'm sitting there, he's finally starting to feel a little better. He hops in the chair and he's talking to me, he just like talking to me about what he wants to do with the house. I'm just like, bro, you were just laying on the floor. Now you're talking to me about how you want to start growing weed out your backyard. And I'm just like, my nigga, you were on two different realms right now. And then, out of nowhere, this nigga just starts throwing up. And I'm just like, bro, like, I can't deal with this shit no more. So, I go upstairs, Damien's upstairs sleeping at this time. He's passed the fuck out. I wake him up and be like, bro, you need to help me. I'm dealing with this nigga Noah, and this nigga is butt ass naked, and he's butt ass naked, and he's just, he's not in a good fucking vibe. I'm just trying to fucking vibe at this point. I'm trying to go upstairs in my room, play some Call of Duty, and smoke a fat ass blunt. But nah, I gotta deal with this nigga Noah bugging out. On top of that, my friend Nick, he's bugging out on the acid too. He's running back and forth in and out the house. He's kind of like, just complaining about his car, just going crazy because his car won't turn on. And I'm just like, bro, I can't really deal with I can't deal with both these niggas right now. So I wake him up, and he's like, bro, what the fuck? Why you wake me up? I tell him the situation, and he's like, bro, this is drawing. I'm like, yeah. And a few seconds go by, or a few minutes go by, and I go outside and I'm talking to Nick. I'm like, yo, Nick, like, you got your car working? And he's like, nah. And then, out of nowhere, my friend Sabi pulls up. And, I knew he was going to pull up, but, like, it was just unexpectedly. He pulls up, he's talking to Nick, too. And, Nick starts talking to the person who drove Sabi here. We're going to call him Ben. Ben's talking to him, too. And, Ben is not a good character. Ben is, a straight Ben's a fucking savage and he's off his rocker on drugs 24/7. Put it that way. This nigga's just a crackhead. And Nick's talking to him. He's like, yeah, bro, like you got jumper cables? And he's like, yeah, bro, they're all the way back at my house, in Reading, 30 minutes away. And he's like, oh, say no more. Like, if I give you like $40, you think you can go grab them? And he's like, yeah, bro, I can do that. And he's like, all right, well, I'm going to give you 20 now, and then I'm going to give you the other 20 when you get back. And, Ben's like, no, just give me the 40, I'll go do it, and I'll come back. He's saying, like, he promised, he doing the crackhead thing, scratching his neck, looking at him. I'm like, bro, if I saw this nigga on the streets and I asked him for jumper cables and he said he had to go to his house 30 minutes away and he wanted $40 for it, I'm not giving him the $40 up front. I'm sorry, I'll give you a little 20 bean, but I'm not giving you the 40 up top. And he's like bugging out. Nick finally gives him the $40, and long and behold, the bull never came back. And on top of that, Nick's kind of just bugging out again. And he finally gets somebody to jump his car later that night. And my roommate ended up figuring out his shit. Ended up stop tripping on the acid. And he ended up laying in his room. And I remember he was asking me to roll him a joint the whole time. I'm just like, bro, I'm not rolling you no fucking joint. I'm not sitting in your room while you're butt ass naked on your bed. I'm not gonna sit here and be your mom. You a grown ass man, my nigga. Grow the fuck up. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I'm gonna be drilling more story times and more vlogs and everything. I'm really gotta hop on and start just focusing on this YouTube stuff. And see what I can do. So I hope y'all enjoyed these videos. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe.